Hello everyone, I am Tio. I am an attendant for the DATCON 2024 in Kuala Lumpur. Uh, Here is the threat hunting I used to solve the adaptive threat hunting and detection engineering class. Uh, the background of this class is a threat actor breach POI local company by compromising a victim machine. Once inside, they target the domain controller using the LDAP search to dump user account information. After obtaining the user list, the attacker retrieved the properties of a key user, that is Jessica Yim, to gather more details. Next, the threat actor ran a car browsing attack using the get user SPN pattern to obtain the user password hash. To finalize their attack, they use Orpheus and execute shell 32 DLL with calling function the shell exec run DLL command to list user using the net exe. The available information that there are some artifacts. The first one is the IP for the threat actor machine, the DC, and then the victim machine. The first thing that I do, there is checking the event code 4624. By checking the event code 4624, we have to search the logon activity that is coming from the clone artifact and gather the usable field for investigation. And also here we are removing the 0x3E7 logon ID to get the better result, since the logon ID is legitimate and default logon ID by Windows. I already made the queries, so here we have just to copy the queries and search on the Splunk. I do use the where command with the value 10.13.100%, which percent is the wildcard for the where command, so it will gather all of the fourth octet IP. As you can see here, there is some information that showing us there is a logon activity from the account name trusted security or the trusted sec from the source network address uh, 100, which is the threat actor IP. From here we also can do stats found by the source network to check if there is any other IP that used to log on. There is two IP that used to log on. The first one is the 100 and the second is 2. Uh, from this we can use the most pattern, which is the 100 IP, and then after that we can check the 4661 event code with the same user as the object type file you to check is there any process that is the threat actor use to dump the user. Here is the result for the event code 4661 with the object type same user. There are some activity by the Samaritans and the administrator. Okay, the next one we will check for the event code for 662. For checking, is there any successful read properties by the threat actor? Here, there are some activity that executed by the trusted sec account name with the access for the read property with the logon ID. There are some logon ID for the trusted sec uh, for the almost near interval time, which is it indicate that is something wrong with the trusted sec account. So we already uh, search and analyze for the event code 4661, 4662, and 4624. Now it's time to aggregate all of the information. Here we will use the logon ID as the key for the aggregation, since before we know that there are a lot of logon ID that is quite suspicious. So we will just use the logon ID as a key point. In this query, we will search for the event code 4661 with the object type the same user, uh, or the 4662 event code, and we will try to exclude the administrator and Samaritan's account name. After that, we will only take three fields, which is the time, account name, and logon ID to optimize the search, and we will rename the logon ID as logon ID without the underscore, uh, and then use it for the join search, which the join search will search index main with the event code 4624, which is the logon activity, and we will filter it for the source network address uh, with the network address that we know, the artifact we already know, and then we will make the table first, and we will uh, change or rename the field uh, with the other name, so it will not collision with the previous search. This, the field we will rename is the account name as the threat actor name, and then the source network address for to be the threat actor address. Here is the result, which showing the logon ID, the logon type, the logon process, the host computer name, account name, threat actor name, and the threat actor address. Uh, we already know the field and also the information. Now we will check the frequency analysis again to check is there any other uh, threat actor address that we can get before the first one. uh, we get two uh, IP address, so we have to check again to make sure uh, which one is malicious. Okay, now we know that there is only one account that uh, has been correlated from using the event code 4661, 4662, and 4624. So we can focus to the threat actor to this threat actor address for the next investigation. So it will help a lot and save more time. After following the previous step, which involve to aggregating the suspicious logon activity, property access, and kernel roasting attempt, we will try to search for the kernel roasting authentication, and also checking the client address or the source network address for matches with the threat actor's IP address, so we know if there is any curve roasting attempt that it is not the false positive. Okay. Here we have the data which show the account name is trusted sec, and the client address is still the same. To check again, we can use the event or using the stats command, but if you want to check it using the client address, you can use this, and you can click the event and then click the client address. So here is the information, which there are only 26 for the 100 for the suspicious or the malicious threat actor address, and then the 100, and then 76 for the victim address, and Also 80 for the 104, which is as informed uh, last informed, it's the new victim address. uh, After that we can try to check the Cerebro service ticket request uh, to search the match IP address, and also check the service name and the ticket option uh, for each account. Oh yeah, here we remove the common ticket option, so we will focus on the uncommon ticket option. Okay, here is the result, which show us the account name is trusted sec at poi.local with the client address 100, and there are some service name with the ticket option 0x10. Yeah, we can check furthermore by calculating the service name and the ticket option using the start command. Service name, ticket options. Yeah, here there are 8 count for each the service name with the same ticket option. Okay. The next thing we can do is hunting the process, which the background inform us the user. Sorry, the attacker, the threat actor execute the shell 32.dll and calling the function for the shell exec run dll command to list the user using the net.exe. Uh, we can use the event code 4688 to check the process, and we can uh, select the field for the creator process name and the process command line. This one I use the where command again, which it is more effective and easier to use rather than using the regex. So here is the result. Yeah. By now the result is 54, but in the next it may be increased since the each attendant will execute uh, the attack simulation, so the result may be different, but this is the final result for the threat hunting. uh, we can see the host is Windows 11.11 with the creator process name is using the USMP ROV host.exe, which run the command run dll 32.exe, and then it used the shell 32.dll. After that, it used the cmd to run the command for the net user, which will list all of the user and save it as the txt file. Let's check the others. Okay, and this one using the shell exec run dll function. Okay, let's search here. The other one is using the cmd or the command from exe. It used the net user shell 32.dll shell exec run dll cmd to run the net user. And also this one for the notepad.exe that use the notepad.dll to run the command. Yeah, this command, or sorry, this query can be used to detect if there are any .dll and also the cmd inside the process command line. So it will help to detect the lol bus specifically. I think that's it from me. I will share the Google document in the description, so please check the Google document in the description for the better explanation. And if there are any question or concern, you can text me on the Discord. My Discord is the third control. You can search it uh, on the DEFCON channel. Thank you.